Now, PPC held its AGM today, and its independent non-executive chairman, Bheki Sibiya, joins us now for more. And our co-host, Rowan Williams from Nitrogen Fund Managers, is here in studio, and he'll also be weighing in on the conversation. Bheki, thank you for making the time to join us. Maybe let's just get a sense from you from today's AGM, and in particular around the constitution of the new board. What were the key highlights that you would want the investor community and shareholders to walk away with?
Thank you for the opportunity to share the PPC story. Firstly, the shareholders have been invited to make nominations. Nominations committee sifted the number from 19 to 12, and today it was the election of the 6. We elected the 6 non-executive directors who are bringing the diversity of skills, experience, and therefore the board is going to be appropriately reinforced by their coming into the board. This afternoon, the nominations committee again applied its mind, now that they have been elected, to decide who should serve in what board committee. That recommendation is going to be made to the board meeting tomorrow morning, or rather tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow we're going to finalize how the board and the board composition is going to be. So it brings really to an end the 3-4 months which began with the resignation of the former chief executive officer.
Bheki, it's Lindsay in Cape Town. We've spoken a couple of times. You say here the board of directors, this is your trading statement from the stock exchange of the JSE today. It says the board of directors of PPC advisors, etc. Headline earnings per share expected to be between 25% and 45% lower. There's a tax issue there as well. But you applied a phrase there in your answer to Nozi's question about applying minds. Now, would you say that any of that 25 to 45% down, notwithstanding the tax issue, is to do with you not applying your minds because of the shenanigans going on in the boardroom? Am I being unfair?
I would say that is not the case. For us as the board, we have been focused on the domestic market, where we say keep the home fires burning. We have continued to do so, and we know that it has been intensifying. And as you may be aware as well, that we have had the increase in the illegal imports of cement, and we're dealing with the issue of illegal imports of cement. Growth into the rest of the African continent, we continue in the 4 jurisdictions that we have agreed on: Zimbabwe, DRC, Rwanda, and Ethiopia. And we're going, in terms of those projects, they are on track.
Rowan?
Maybe the other side of Lindsay's question, you in your trading statement and some of the commentary, you've said it is a difficult trading environment. I think we understand that. To what extent do you feel that you now have the correctly constituted board and leadership to take the business forward, I guess, in a very tough environment?
I need to begin with the ExCo, because ExCo are the people really who execute the board strategy, led by Darrell Castle, whom we announced that we appointed in December last year. We are excited that he has the breadth of the experience, including but not limited to the African continent, and therefore he is going to drive the Africa growth strategy well. In terms of the domestic market, he understands it, and the team under him, we're going to be firming up a few appointments tomorrow, but we have the executive team to deliver on the strategy. In terms of the board, we're having really a variety of experience, and in my view, my considered opinion, we are really properly constituted for the task ahead.
2 quick questions. The first one being your future at PPC. Do you stay on as chairman, or does that hang in the balance until tomorrow? And then very quickly, the second issue is around AfriSam. At the AGM today, I understand that this was not on the agenda, but we have you in studio, so maybe you can give us an update.
Let me deal with my situation. I had indicated my intention that in the fullness of time, I would like to stand down as the chairman. And there are 3 issues which are going to affect when. It is not going to be tomorrow. I'm continuing as a board member from tomorrow. One, we are still onboarding the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Darrell Castle, and therefore one needs continuity. And when we spoke to the shareholders, we argued about continuity. Secondly, we are bringing 6 non-executive directors who are brand new to PPC, and some not necessarily in cement, because there are some people who have experience in cement, having done a lot of work, some of them with our competitors, who are bringing the experience. We need to onboard them. And then, of course, the big story about AfriSem, who has approached us proposing the measure. And our view is simply, the executive management is applying their mind, and they are doing a business case for the possible measure, and they're going to make a recommendation to the board. Once they have made a recommendation to the board, and the board says maybe it makes sense, we need to deal with the Competition Commission. Once we have dealt with the Competition Commission, then we may need to say relative values between the two companies, the fair and reasonable assessment, so there is still a road ahead. And therefore, the colleagues have said to me, will you look at staying on probably for at least 6 to 12 months? Right. So I'm staying on.
Bheki, on this, talking to you in your capacity as a PPC man, the non-executive chairman, but would you say that let's get rid of the boardroom stuff, let's get rid of the talk about merger and acquisition activity? Would you say that if the macroeconomic environment in South Africa and the whole of Africa turns around, or in the case of the rest of Africa stays stable, that this is a company that is poised to take advantage of any turnaround and stability?
I can say that with great confidence that for us as the company, we have the capacity, we have the executive team, and in terms of the projects we are driving into the rest of the African continent, they are great projects, and therefore we are absolutely poised. Competition which is coming, we welcome the competition. It is not going to be easy for them. However, we are in the free enterprise system, and it won't be easy for us either. But we are going to continue and emerge successful.
Bheki, it's always lovely having you on Business Tonight. A very big thank you to Bheki Sibiya.